Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Google Part 2. This presentation is brought to you by Team It's All G. Our team members are Briona Tapia, Anita Hicks, Rex Chun, and myself, Jessica Ibalarosa. Here's a quick overview of what we will be discussing. I will be going over search advertising, IP addresses, and geo-targeting. Rex will be going over ad networks and distribution beyond search. Anita will cover more ad formats and payment schemes. And lastly, Briona will go over customer profiling and behavioral targeting. Let's begin by discussing search advertising. Some key terms that you will need to know is search engine marketing, or SEM. This is the practice of designing, running, and optimizing search engine ad campaigns. Another key term is keyword advertising, which is advertisements that are targeted based on a user's query. Search engine marketing, or SEM, is an important concept, being that over 2/3 of Google's revenue is generated from search engine ads. A funny thing to note is that in the early years, the company was actually against making money through ads. However, the need to generate more revenues led Google to run ads alongside organic search results just 2 years after incorporating. So how would a business owner go about starting an SEM with Google? It's as easy as setting up a Google AdWords account. In minutes, a business owner is able to specify what ads they want to display and what keywords they want to use. Advertisers then bid and specify what they are willing to pay each time an ad is checked. This brings us to our next topic of keyword advertising, which are advertisements that are targeted based on a user's query. These ads run just above or sometimes alongside your search query, as the example here shows. Advertisers bid on keywords and phrases that they want used to trigger display of their ad. Google's search ads are highly successful, and what makes it so successful than other sites such as Facebook? It's Google's ability to tie advertising to purchase intent. Many term this brilliant, since a user's search term is usually indicative of their interest in a topic and hence usually their purchasing intent. Another great thing about Google search ads is that advertisers only pay for the results. This is known as pay-per-click, or PPC. Cost per click, or CPC, is sometimes used interchangeably and is the maximum amount of money an advertiser is willing to pay for each click. Surprisingly, although highly successful, Google did not invent search advertising or the pay-per-click concept. A company called GoTo.com, which was later renamed Overture, pioneered and held several key patents on the pay-per-click ads and buddying systems. Overture provided ad services to Yahoo and Microsoft, but was unable to match Google's winning combination of ad auctions and search technology. In order to maximize profits for both Google and its advertisers, Google developed a ranking formula that rewards top-performing ads by considering two metrics: the maximum cost per click and the advertisement's quality score. The quality score is the measurement of a performance, or CTR, and the quality of your ad's keywords and websites. The click-through rate, or CTR, is the number of users who clicked an ad divided by the number of times the ad was delivered. Google's precise calculation of its quality score is under wraps, but some factors in determining an ad's quality score have included the ad's CTR. A good thing to know is that the better your ad performs, the higher its quality score. This means that your ad may appear ahead of your competitors even if they bid more than you. So just how much are advertisers willing to pay? Here is a table that shows the top 10 highest paying companies that use Google AdWords. It's amazing considering the figures shown are daily budgets. Google brings in billions, which is incredible since most clicks bring in just 30 cents to a dollar. Again, Google uses the ad ranking formula, which takes into account things such as your quality score. Another factor that can affect your quality score is a user's experience on your landing page. Some advertisers take advantage of Google's dynamic search ads, which automatically generate based on the content of your website. This tool helps companies with rapidly updating inventories or those struggling to keep up with new search terms. An interesting fact is that when ads are clicked, an advertiser doesn't pay their maximum CPC, but rather Google discounts it to just 1 cent over the minimum necessary to maintain an ad's position on the page. Now we'll talk about IP addresses and geotargeting. Geotargeting occurs when computer systems identify a user's physical location for the purpose of delivering tailored ads or other content. This is also known as the geolocation. Ads pop up tailored to the area in which you live. This can be a great asset for advertisers. Google uses various ways to geotarget customers, one of which is a user's IP address. And now GPS technology, cell phone towers, and Wi-Fi hotspots are all used to help identify a location of a user. These are all useful technologies, but they are not perfect. Some internet service providers don't provide precise information on the location, and users can also connect to proxy servers, which are third-party computers that pass traffic to and from a specific address without revealing the address of the connected user. Now Rex will be going over ad networks and distribution beyond search.
About 30% of Google's revenues comes from running ads on websites. Google originally developed AdSense to target ads based on keywords that are detected inside the content of the website. For example, if you read a sports article online, it might contain ads from ticket sellers to sports memorabilia vendors. Participants in AdSense get 78 cents for every AdSense dollar Google makes. Google paid over $7 billion to over 2 million publishers in 2012. Contextual advertising is advertising based on the website's content. Content adjacency problem is when ads appear alongside text that advertisers would like to avoid. An example of this was from the reading. In the New York Post article, which was an online article that had a detailed gruesome murder where hacked up bodies were stowed away in suitcases. On the side of this article were advertisements on luggage. To avoid these kind of adjacency problems, networks provide opportunities for both advertisers and content providers to screen out getting paired up with certain vendors, website, or categories. Advertisers can also use negative keywords, which tells the network to avoid showing these ads when these words appear. Google's competitive advantage is having the ability to reach more potential customers across more websites. These are what content providers are looking for. They want as much advertisers as possible for the ad networks they choose to join. And now, Anita will go over ad formats and payment schemes.
Hello, my name is Anita, and I would like to talk to you about more ads, formats, and payment schemes. Online ads that run through Google Display Networks or on most competitors' networks can be displayed in several formats, media types, and can be billed to the customer in different ways. Web ad formats include but are not limited to the following: image or display ads such as horizontal-oriented banners, smaller rectangular buttons, and vertical-oriented skyscraper ads. Rich media ads, which could include animation or video, and interstitial ads that run before a user arrives at a website's content. These ads are regulated by the Internet Advertising Bureau. There are many other ways ads are sold besides cost per click. Each time an advertisement is displayed, it is called an impression. Ad rates are quoted in CPM, also known as cost per thousand impressions. The M represents the Roman numeral for 1,000. Display ads sold on a CPM basis are often used as parts of branding campaigns targeted more at creating awareness than generating click-throughs. Such techniques often work best for promoting products like soft drinks, toothpaste, or movies. Cost per action or CP ads pay whenever a user clicks through and performs a specific action such as signing up for a service, requesting materials, or making a purchase. Affiliate programs are a form of cost per action where vendors share a percentage of revenue with a website that customers purchase directly from their online storefront. Amazon runs the world's largest affiliate program, and referring sites can earn 4% to 15% of sales generated from these click-throughs. Rather than buying a targeted ad, a firm may sometimes opt to become an exclusive advertiser on a site. For example, a firm can buy access to all ads served on a site's main page. It could secure an exclusive address to the region of the page, such as the topmost banner ad, or it may pay to sponsor a particular portion or activity on a website. Such deals can be billed based on a flat rate, CPM, CPC, or any combination of merits. In-game advertising shows promise with successful branding campaigns running as part of sports games, through in-game product placement, via sponsorship of casual games, or in-brand focused advertisement in games. There are three things that are stifling the growth of in-game advertising: a lack of standards, concerns regarding compatibility with gameplay, and the cost of developing and distributing games. Next, Brianna will talk about customer profiling and behavioral targeting.
And now let's transition into the final section, customer profiling and behavioral targeting. In this section, we will be covering the learning objectives, key terms, how to target an audience, customer profiling, remembering that you are in control, and where Google comes in. By the end of this section, you should have knowledge of various tracking technologies and how they are applied, a little bit on the controversies of customer profiling, and understanding the concerns of consumers. When we talk about cookies in this class, we aren't referring to the ones that guy over there on the right wants. We are referring to the dialogue that takes place between web browsers and web server. A web server gives your browser information, and a cookie is how that information is stored. For example, a cookie can save your login information so that you don't have to manually type in your username and password each time. Do you ever notice when you clear your cookies, you have to manually log into some websites? Remarketing or retargeting is a process by which an ad network will inject an ad for a previous site that the user looked at onto the current site that they are on. We will talk more about this in customer profiling. Third-party cookies or tracking cookies are like regular cookies. However, instead of recording your information for one website, it records your information over multiple sites. These are often used by ad companies to track the history of an individual to help ads target their audience. An ad company is trying to hone into finding their target audience. They have multiple tools at their disposal. Ad companies use cookies and third-party cookies to attempt to track the information of individual users. For example, if you are on Amazon and search Hydro Flask, the ad company now has a piece of information about you. Identifying IP addresses are another thing that ad companies use to find their target audience. As Jessica has stated earlier, IP addresses can geolocate people. With this, ad companies can target people in specific location based on their IP address. Remarketing happens when the ad company has created a customer profile and chooses them as a target audience based on their demographics and web browsing habits. Remarketing will link ads to target markets to get consumers to refocus on the site being advertised. For example, you go onto Amazon and put a hydro flask in your shopping cart, but you do not make a purchase. You leave the site to go onto YouTube, and before your video starts, an ad for hydro flasks on Amazon's come on. You now return to Amazon because you've made that connection to want to purchase the hydro flask. The end game is that you buy a hydro flask. So how does Google fit into all of this? Google uses remarketing techniques for their ads, and they are very good at it. Google also offers Google Analytics, which shows various data that they collect using cookies. They are the largest market shareholder for this kind of web analysis. Remember that you are in control. Cookies may seem a little creepy since they are watching your every move, but web browsers like Firefox allow you to do multiple things to get a handle on your cookies. Typically, in your settings, you have the option to clear your cookies, do not accept cookies, do not accept third-party cookies, and have your browser ask before accepting a cookie. However, doing this may have repercussions because some websites require cookies in order to function. What worked for our team was using Google Drive. It was easier to collaborate, especially with its messaging and commenting features. We could also see our team members' progress, which saved a lot of emails. One thing about Google Drive that made it a little harder was the fact that it did not have a feature to add audio. We solved this issue by downloading our file to PowerPoint, then adding audio from there. Overall, doing this project was hard to coordinate due to our busy schedules. However, once we were able to meet in person, it was the best way to communicate our project details and specifications.